Hi there, and welcome to another Atlas cooking demo. This week we'll be talking about one of my very favorite topics, mindful eating. Mindful eating involves listening to the body to help guide food choices and really connecting with the whole eating experience. And a great way to connect more to your food is through cooking. Being more hands-on helps you be more aware and intentional about what you're eating, and it also really helps you take in all the sensory components of the food and will help you savor and appreciate your final product. So today, we'll be making a food that I know a lot of folks have a hard time being mindful with, pizza. And our goal today is not only to make it healthier, which we will do by using a whole grain crust, lower sodium sauce, and loading it with veggies, but we're also really trying to soak in the whole pizza experience, from making the dough from scratch to enjoying every warm and melty bite. Let's get started. Let's start out with the dough. We'll be making ours from scratch today, but if you're short on time, you can always use a store-bought version. You'll need 1 cup of very warm water, warm enough that it's almost uncomfortable to the touch but not burning, 1 teaspoon of sugar, 1 package of rapid rise or instant yeast, which has 2 1/4 teaspoons in it, and if you can't find the instant type, then the active dry yeast works too. Just keep in mind that you'll need to let it rise longer. 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, and 2 3/4 cups of whole wheat flour. First, dissolve the sugar in the water, and then we'll sprinkle the yeast over top. And we'll need to let it sit until the yeast starts to foam, which should take about 5 minutes. And this is what it looks like when it's a little foamy. Then we'll add the salt and the olive oil, and then we'll add in the flour. Then dump the dough onto a floured surface and knead it until it starts to come together and can be formed into a smooth ball. Or if you have a KitchenAid, you can use this for that. And once you've formed it into a ball, we'll let it rise in a warm place until it's doubled in size. This should take about 15 to 20 minutes if you're using the rapid rise or instant yeast, or if you're using active dry, you should give it about an hour. And you could do this in a barely warm oven or in a warming drawer, or if you have an Instapot, you can put it in there on the warm setting. While you wait for the dough to rise, preheat the oven to 425 degrees. You can also use this time to chop the veggies for your toppings and make the pizza sauce. For the sauce, you'll need a 15-ounce can of tomato sauce, a 6-ounce can of tomato paste, a teaspoon of sugar, and then spices. You'll need a tablespoon of oregano and or Italian seasoning, a teaspoon of garlic powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. And then we're just going to add them all to the saucepan and let it simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes, adjusting the seasonings as you like. And when the dough is done rising, you can separate it into however many pieces you want. So if you want a personal pizza, divide it into quarters. For a medium pizza, divide it in half. Or if you want one large pizza, just keep it all together. And then we'll just spread the dough on a lightly greased baking sheet, or a pizza stone if you have one. Then we'll spread the sauce over the dough and top with the cheese and veggies. I'll be using mozzarella cheese, and for the veggies, I like to load it up with spinach, zucchini, red bell pepper, broccoli, and onion, and I also like to add a little bit of garlic powder to the edges to give it a garlic crust. And now we bake it. For a large pizza, that'll be 12 to 15 minutes. For the medium pizzas, 10 to 12. And for the personal size, try 7 to 10 minutes. And once it's cooked to your desired crispiness, you can dish up and enjoy. Turn off the TV, sit down at the table, and try to truly savor your masterpiece. I hope you find that you'll have an easier time connecting to your food and be able to eat more mindfully. For more tips on mindful eating or for help finding healthier versions of your favorite foods, contact me for a nutrition consultation. Thanks for watching.